actually this topic makes a lot of people feel uncomfortable, but particularly in our Polynesian community. It's like you never want to be the chick that the dress is wearing you. So we're allowed to gather guys. What's up? Welcome to Teuila Talks, the place where me, Teuila, talks, and so do you. Woo! We are looking at everything from a Polynesian view. We're going to go to the streets and see what our peeps have to say out there, and we're also going to talk to some very famous Polynesian faces as well. Today's topic is one of my favorites, and I know that a lot of sisters out there will relate to this. What's up with all the brown guys and white women? Okay, so we're going to go to the streets and see what they have to say. Let's check it out. Now, do you think that brown men date more white women than brown girls date white guys?
Yeah, I do. I had to think of it. I never really thought about it, but yeah.
Hard out. I don't know why though. But yeah, definitely. I see more white guys. No, I see more brown guys with white women. I don't know why.
Yeah, I reckon. Well, to me, like, I think that they do that because they're easy.
It's true that all Palangi girls dig black guys, you know, like brown and Samoan guys. But I can't help it.
A lot of the guys, they like to explore, so to speak.
I think it's different. You know, they like something different. What do you call it? Poly girls are. Oh no, I don't even want to go there. That's some trouble. That's some trouble.
Oh!
All right.
Interesting
Some
opinion.
interesting
Very
opinions
interesting.
there. So,
Very enlightening.
Yeah, well, hey, look, why don't we start with you, Oscar and Shimpal, because I know that both of you are currently with white women.
What? What? According to
So,
who else
met us on
Saturday? That was my cousin, mate. Stop it.
Yeah. That's right. And Oscar, you know, you're well known for your life.
Yeah, very well known.
That you date white women, which is fine.
But not exclusively white women.
Right.
You know, I just think race is a societal construct put in place by white people to control people who aren't white.
Right, so how come you haven't dated
There's
heaps of
only
brown
one
girls?
race, Teuila, there's only one race, the human race, and I'm not going to sit here and condone bestiality by encouraging people to date outside that race.
But so why have you dated more white women than brown women?
I don't think it's anything. It's not a preference. Like you said, I'm dating a white woman now, but before that, I was with a Samoan woman.
That's
before
right.
that, I was with a Chinese woman.
It's right.
It's
the Indian.
Yeah, the heart goes where the heart
The
goes.
Maori woman.
Yeah, well, the heart goes where the heart goes.
Nice, Shimpal.
How many on your
Nice.
list? It's not a list.
The heart
really.
goes
I
where the heart-
still have got a database, terabyte.
But
Not even.
do you think that there is this ideal that maybe has come from colonization that to have a white partner in some way is a step up?
Well, Niue, my grandmother told me I wasn't allowed to go with any Niueans. I had to get a Palangi wife and that, because in case they turned out to be my cousin. That was her excuse. But I think she was a bit racist, my grandmother, but that was her thing, you know, in case they turned out to be your cousin.
But to pick up on your point, whether as part of our experience as minority immigrants, whether part of settling into a new place was taking a wife or partner from that new country, what do you think, Belle?
Yeah, go ahead, Belle.
Oh, I was like, no.
Yes, because Belle's your partner
No, my
is
partner
white.
is full African. And, you know, it's... No, he's Gotcha. Oh, my God. No, you guys were like... Changed? No, I mean...
You told me he was He told me he was
a white African.
He's a very albino-looking African. It's really... Well... It's crazy because I was just talking to Wills before and I see him as no colour, which is, you know...
It's because he doesn't have any.
He doesn't have any. It's because he's Casper the Claus. No, he's not. Sorry.
No
I love
jokes.
him.
You don't see his colour.
I don't see him as a colour. I don't.
Yeah.
I still, in the morning, it's like, balakalaki boki.
Yeah.
For those of you at home that don't know what that means, it means please plug the jug. And he knows what that means.
But when you first met, though,
Right.
were you sort of like aware of, you know, was it a thing then when you first sort of met and thought, oh, I'm dating a white guy?
But I was born and raised in Christchurch. There are hardly any brown people down there. back in the day.
Yeah.
So going to school and being in a classroom full of white people was just normal.
And dating
You don't
white
see
guys was
colour.
just normal. Yeah, absolutely.
Totally.
Absolutely.
But I did say to my husband, I said when we were first starting out, I said, I don't know whether this is going to work. You're just not hip hop enough.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was. And he was like, oh, he didn't know how to take that. But,
Compared to the brown guys that you know, though,
Yeah.
is he classier?
oh, yeah.
How?
Sorry about it, guys.
Yeah, and I've heard.
How can I be classier?
No, not the people that I know, the guys that I've been
Intimate.
Bella, they just have a hole.
Intimate.
Yeah, I mean, it's different.
Now, Nate, you have a lot of friends who are professional sports players. And
He was professional sports player.
As a former elite athlete.
Yeah, as a former elite athlete yourself. Why?
Just with the brown boys chasing the vanilla. I don't think that's the case. I don't think brown men chase white women because that means that we're trying to punch above our weight and that, it's not reciprocated. Because I think white girls...
So it's white women are chasing brown men?
No, I just think it's just two consenting adults, that like each other. And that's, with the sports players, they're in a different environment. And if you have to put some pressure on a sports player to say, hey, you have to go and look for a brown woman. If the white women are just around and you create a bond and you're together, that's what happens.
Yeah, the hat will go where the hat will go.
Even if the bond is for that night,
Fast turnaround bond.
So, but would it not seem, and we're not the only sort of culture that is affected by this, I mean, I know African Americans can relate to this and other races of colour, that it does tend to seem like the more successful the brown man, there are a greater percentage of successful brown men with white women as opposed to with sisters.
Yeah, I think brown guys back in the day, there was a sort of a status thing if you had a white girlfriend, back in the day and all that, because your parents, your Sunday school teacher, Jesus was white in Sunday school.
He wasn't white.
Oh, but that, well, in the picture, the picture that we were given in my church, he was white in that book. But
it's a bit crazy because obviously I can see where some, Polynesian mothers come from. It's that whole thing of, I don't want there to be any whaalawe-laves or, so please just don't marry into this and be at a hardship. I'm thinking some of the mentality is, not all.
I sort of agree with Nate as well. I don't think it's they actually brown guys are chasing white women.
No, it's the white women are chasing brown men.
No. I think mixed race couples just stand out more when you see them walking down the street.
Yeah.
So I think that's
Especially
just
when it's a brown girl and a white guy, though.
Well, no, that's the thing, though.
That
How
seems
often do
more
you
rare.
see that? How often do you see that as opposed to the other way around? How often would you see that? Not as often as what you would see the reverse.
Yeah.
So that's.
Why do you think that is?
Well,
Why do you think there's...
in conversations with a lot of my Polynesian male friends who are with white women, when we've had candid discussions about it, they say things like they got better bodies.
Who, brown guys?
White women.
Oh.
Like as a
What?
like this, no, I'm just saying some of the things they say.
All the superficial reasons.
But also a lot of it that whole thing that they don't have to deal with the culture. Like the family and all of that, which I find interesting because I feel like they do have to deal with the equivalent of that, but in a completely different way, because now you're dealing with a whole nother culture, a completely different kind of family, and you're still going to have pressures and obligations that you did. Exactly.
I think there's a context that we're missing here, and that pertains to us as Pacific people in New Zealand. We're immigrants, and we are a minority, so it's always going to happen that we, as we integrate into life here, you're going to get people integrating into ethnic marriages as well. The comforting thing, and the reason why we shouldn't worry about this effect and what it's going to do to our blood or whatever, is that you go back to our islands where we're the majority, where most people do marry within. It's a lot rarer. And so as long as those islands are there,
It's all right that we just get homogenized.
because this is part of us integrating into society here. There are 3 million white people. Just through sheer averages, you're bound to get that crossover.
Yeah, I get that, the whole integration thing and everything, but why does it seem to be more of the male rather than the females?
Well, I think women have to answer that question, don't they?
This conversation, right, is Like it's for good-looking people, because good-looking people they have a choice. When you're someone like me, he's not blessed with the looks of Shimpal.
Come on now.
No, wait. Hear me out.
Beautiful.
When you're blessed with the looks of Shimpal or Oscar, you don't really have much of a choice. Your heart gravitates towards somebody that will reciprocate, you know? So it's like, if it doesn't matter if it's white or if it's brown, but when you're good looking, like Shimpal, you're like,
options because they're famous.
you know, he's sitting there going, I don't know, who am I going to take today? I don't like the way you look, I might go with the white girl.
Like when you see sister going out with a white guy, what do you think?
Yeah.
What's in your head?
Yeah.
What's in my head? He must be a really funny guy.
I think he must be rich.
Kidnapped. How am I going to break my sister out of this?
Yeah.
So that's how she's going to get her promotion.
And then what do you think? What do you think when you see, the brown guys with the white girls?
Yeah. What do you think?
He must play for.
He must work for telecom. He must have a job.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, well, that's the thing. I mean, it does make you think, as a sister, do they think it's better to date a white woman? Therefore, that puts us on a lower level. And I think for us as Polynesian women, we totally have the complete opposite view of our brothers. Like, we totally hold them up, you know, and have this real great reverence and respect for them.
How you were saying before, how when brown girls see brown guys with white girls, what they think.
Yeah, how that ideal, I guess, reflects on the sisters, and it is a thing, because if it wasn't, then we wouldn't be talking about it, and we wouldn't feel effective
Do
about
brown
it.
women have an insecurity about it?
No, it's not an insecurity. It's just that I guess, when you see it more often than the reverse, you think to yourself, is it because they tend to value white women better than brown women? Whereas I would say the reverse would be true for us.
Well, it's interesting because there's dating, and then there's, having a family with. Yeah. I mean, if someone asked me, who would you, my mum was Samoan, so I'd like my kids to have a Samoan mum. That's a different question to
Well, how are you going to
dating.
That happen when you only date white
Well,
women?
yeah, it's a process.
It's
You
not
involve
exclusive.
it.
It's not exclusive.
Going.
Don't throw me under a bus here, buddy.
I'm so joking, my darling. I'm so joking.
If you look at other cultures, right? Indians tend to not intermarry. I notice Asians as well. They tend to very much stick within their community. I think.
Yeah.
I think it's just us as really successful immigrants. We not only try, the arts and sports and education and politics and whatever, but there's the other aspects of life that we're very successful at mingling and,
Oh, definitely.
appropriating for our own needs.
We're a travelling people. We get around.
Yeah,
Oh,
and also
yes, we
our
do.
populations are so small. You see, it's different for Chinese because there's 1.5 billion of them. But there's less than 500,000 Samoans on Earth. There's less than 100,000 Niueans. Actually, less than 50,000
Yeah,
Niueans.
less than that, yeah.
So they have to get the numbers up.
I don't think you're wrong as far as numbers, but I think everybody's got their different reasons.
Oh, definitely.
I mean,
it's a totally personal thing.
Some it might be a vanity thing, and you want to be seen with a blonde woman. For others, they just don't want to be reminded of their mum when they're making out.
Another thing that has come from this, which I just think is an idea that maybe makes sisters feel a little bit uncomfortable, is this kind of thing that half-caste children are better looking, or it's always such a thing. Oh, look at your half-caste. Oh, we can look at my baby, it's half brown and half white.
I've had people say that to me, and I don't have any children yet. But they're like, look at Ellie and look at me, and they're like, my children are going to
absolutely.
My older brother, he's the exact opposite, because we were born and raised in New Zealand, and we all moved to Samoa. He has a thing for the outer village woman. That's
Kwa.
his thing, yeah. His wife is from Kwa, from way back, and they got kids and stuff, and he likes to speak the language. He hardly speaks English anymore, and that's his thing. And I find that weird, but I'm like,
that's his deal.
That's his deal.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I just think I think absolutely everyone is totally right. It's love has no color. Heart goes where heart goes. People are people, and all different kind of connections is what makes the world go round, and we should keep it going that way.
Kids
But
are beautiful.
brown babies are bloody beautiful, man.
A white woman had
With
good
their
credit.
big cute noses and and curly hair.
The white woman laughs at your jokes.
And all my babies are gonna be full blood with their big noses and curly hair. No, I love it. Absolutely love it. It's the world.
And the kids don't choose. How
Exactly.
they enter the world, you know?
And so
you
yes,
can't blame
we
them.
love our caramel kids, but don't diss the chocolate kids because they are just as cute and they're just as beautiful and just as valuable. And don't forget, without these full blood genes, you're not going to get your half caste kids anyway. So, on that note, like, thank you all for your time and yours. If you got anything to say about this, you can hit us up on thecoconet.tv. We'll be back next week with another hot topic, this same panel. We'll see you then.
Can't wait for that.